Let me see here. I got it up. She claimed that she's scared, right? For her life. Yeah, okay. Candace, what's this? Candace, you said you scared. You got an assassination attempt plot, something going on with gastronomes from France and stuff. Something with an Israeli operative and a female French assassin. Y'all seen my thumbnails on the videos? Yeah, I'm Candace. I want you to know how ridiculous the stuff that you say, how ridiculous it sounds to me. I put it right back into a thumbnail because I want you all to understand just the absurdity in the things that she says. I have to illustrate my actual response because I want her to visually see this is how dumb Candace sounds when she says things. Here's a thumbnail of match. You want to see him talking about Club de Sant? Oh, okay. A club that is only 100 people that just specialize in eating and drinking. You can't make this up. Candace, I thought you were scared. Yeah, this is a post that I was sent from shout out to my supporter. Like I said, y'all let me know if you all want me to give you credit or not. I won't say your name or I won't even say your channel name if you don't want me to. But shout out to my supporters that send me information. This is being one of them. This post right here. Candace Owens spotted at Dollywood this week because she was on Thanksgiving break. She's not scared for anything. She could have just said, I'm just going to be out for Thanksgiving. I have kids. I have, George still wants me to make him a sandwich. That's what we're doing. How hard is that? I highly doubt she cooks. Candace doesn't seem like the kind that cooks. I don't get cooked from her. Like, not at all. So, for Thanksgiving, she was spotted out in Dollywood. I think that's a theme park in Tennessee. Correct me if I'm wrong. They have like a resort and, you can go and get some rides, an amusement park of some sort, a pool maybe. It's fine with me. Okay, thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. So I want to make sure I got this right on who sent this post to me. Because you just can't make this up. Yeah, Amy. Yeah, this came from Amy. Shout out to you, Amy. I appreciate it. Y'all see, look at this. How are you scared, Candace? You said someone was out trying to assassinate you. Did you not say that? You took the week off for Thanksgiving like most people did. And I don't understand why it was so hard for you to just say that. But you had to make it seem like, I'm so scared for my life. Yeah, okay. And then you go out and you don't think that this would have made it to the internet. See what happens when you try to insert yourself into situations, Candace, where no one's studying you, like a gag order or an entire, murder investigation. When you want to think highly of yourself beyond where you should be thinking, then you get people who consider you to be somebody famous. Then you end up with, maybe fans, mostly a cult. And if they see you out because you're recognizable, you're a public figure, you admitted that yourself in a different lawsuit, by the way, they're going to want to take pictures with you and they're going to post this up. So that's what happened here. She went to a theme park in Tennessee. And it says here, my daughter's best friend went to Tennessee for Thanksgiving. They spent yesterday at Dollywood. Guess who she ran into? Yep, Candace Owens, out in the open in a public place amongst claimed assassination attempts. Make it make sense. And yes, this photo is from yesterday. This is a screenshot from House Inhabits Substack chat where we're on her. Oh, I'm assuming we're one of her followers. Yeah, okay. Where one of her followers claims to have seen CO Candace Owens at Dollywood this week. No obvious signs of security. Candace, where your security guards at? How did this young lady here get this close to you to take a photo? How'd it happen? I'll wait. Because, she claiming that her life is in danger. So how did she end up allowing someone to get this close to her to take a photo, knowing that it was going to go on the internet, on social media? Because if she didn't want that, she wouldn't have taken the photo because you can't really control whether or not someone posts up the photo, right? So I'm just trying to figure out here, Candace. If you say that you fear for your life, how is it you allowed anyone to get this close to you for a photo? No matter who it is. She could be sweet and innocent. Maybe she's the French female assassin. Who knows? She doesn't look like it. But when you are claiming someone's trying to take your life and you're claiming that there's some sort of assassination plot against you, wouldn't you do everything you can to keep yourself safe? Why would you let anyone that you don't know get close to you to do any photo op? Wouldn't the armed security detail that she has, allegedly, if there was some sort of assassination attempt, wouldn't she have hired some sort of armed security detail? She's got the money. Candace, you're not broke. You and George are valued at 244 million. Even if it's not all liquid cash, it's not liquidity, it's still assets. So considering all the things you have between homes and property and all this other stuff, money you making on YouTube and Twitter X and Instagram and wherever else, your book club, merchandise where you're using the CIA logo without their consent, they should be suing you for that. But all this money you're generating in has value in him at over $244 million. So you can afford armed security if you wanted it, if you were truly in danger. You don't let someone get close to you to take a photo. So why do this if you're scared for your life? I'm not even telling her to go outside. I'm just saying, if it's inevitable that you go outside, then where's the armed security? Why take a photo with anybody? I would have expected the armed security to say, ma'am, sorry, Candace is not doing photos. We're, already on edge. We're on high alert grape juice. High alert grape juice. Code name French baguette. Okay. She's already feeling, like somebody's trying to take her life in France. Some Israeli male operative and a female French assassin. Just stuff made out of a comic book. A bad one. Candace, you're bad at this, girl. Straight out of a comic book. The clownery and the buffoonery on this is it's absurd. It's insane. I would never let that happen. I know people who are famous. I know famous people. My godmother's retired now, federal judge, a magistrate federal judge. So if she said, people out here trying to, hurt and harm me, guess what she got? FPS, Federal Protection Service. They would have given her a couple agents to guard her. Like, it's that simple. And she's nowhere near as known and as wealthy as Candace Owens. But she was a federal magistrate judge, not attorney, judge. Candace, you claim someone is trying to come after you, and you took time to do a photo op with a complete stranger. Yet again, 1, 2, your attorneys haven't said anything about you actually fearing for your life. 3, nothing's happening in any court about it. 4, why are you just not saying something? 5, where are those so-called paper trails with the transactions from this club about your assassination? Because someone called you about that, but they didn't send you any evidence on it. They claim these transactions exist, which means they had to see it, but they didn't forward it to you in an email. They didn't send you some confidential e-fax. They didn't do any of that. Y'all see how absurd this is? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. This is ridiculous. Where's the obvious signs of her husband? Thank you. Where the obvious signs of her? Who knows? No, living la vida mea. Okay. Candace is free. Stop the BS. No one's doing BS. This is her being out. I'm applying common sense. You know that thing that Candace claims to have that she doesn't have? Not even the common sense God gave a Billy Goat. You can't make this up. Candace is like that ram in the bush, except it was just born without a brain. You can't. That's why she was so fixated on that bush at UVU campus. Yeah, she's the ram that came out of that bush. You know, God just so happened to spare you, Candace. That's it. What the heck? Why are you out taking photos? But she's supposed to be, she's supposed to be in fear of her life. Y'all, this is something else. So that's the photo. This is the pose. And you can't make this up. Candace can't say, this is not me in the picture. Yes, it is. You took a picture with someone you don't know at Dollywood, a whole theme park. Candace, do you know that there are cameras there? Cameras at Dollywood. Oh, Lord have mercy. There are cameras at Dollywood, Candace. So if we really want to see, people really want to find out if you have armed security with you, don't you think we can just get the camera footage, girl? Don't you think we can just talk to the employees there? Don't you think we could just, see if anyone else, you know how you want to sit here and throw people's photos and videos up of those who were there at the campus when Charlie Kirk was doing his campus tour? Yeah, the same thing can happen with you, girl. Because karma has no name on it. We all catch it. So the same way she sits here and says, hey, I'm looking for this individual. Who is this person with this green hoodie on? Blah, blah, blah. This college kid didn't want to give me an interview. Here's a photo of him and some other kid in the video. These are college kids, by the way. Candace, we can just sit here and ask for anyone that was at Dollywood on Thanksgiving Day or the same day this photo was taken to post up videos and photos of you out being there just to see if you had armed security. Because if you had an assassination attempt against you, allegedly, as you claim, you would hire the security protection you need for you, George, and your 4 children, at the very least. And you would not entertain photo ops. You just wouldn't do that. It's not smart. That's the dumbest thing ever. So, Candace, if you guys who are at Dollywood for the week of Thanksgiving, let's see what the date and time stamp on this is. I don't even know what's the date and time stamp on when was this done. Can anyone tell me? If you get any information on when this photo was taken and posted, please let me know. Because then we can make a timeline, Candace. The same thing you like to do. And then we can sit here and try to figure out if you really had armed security. Because the internet, Candace, is undefeated. And this is what happens when you do the nonsense you do. Then people are like, okay, well, she want to sit here and talk about, some club is sitting here paying for her assassination. And some, Israeli operative is involved in blue and yellow Egyptian planes. And, oh, Lord, the Macrons, because they're suing her. They don't want her, Candace, they don't want to take a hit out on you. They want you to pay the judgment of whatever the jury, agrees to of what they deserve. We don't care if it's $244 million. They just want to go to court and see their day in court. They want justice. You not being here on earth would impede upon that. Why would anyone want that? No. We want you to go to court, girl. Nobody wants you dead. No one wants to take you out. We want you to go to court. When is the court hearing? When is that motion hearing going to be scheduled? That motion to dismiss you still barely don't want to talk about? I don't think her candy asses would even know that had he not seen my videos. Oh, Candace, I'm still gonna stay on your neck, girl. I want you to know that. So yeah, we can do the same thing. We get the day and time. What's going on? How you doing? No reply. How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. What's going on, Tavares? Happy Thanksgiving. No, he said she did not show him any evidence. He put up a post and said that plainly. Go to his Twitter X and look at his post. He said flat out, she did not show him any evidence. So you're saying the complete opposite of what is actually in writing on a post, because words. So no, that is absolutely false. I don't believe anyone who's going to say that they saw evidence, but yet Candace Owens, the woman who likes to dox people and put their safety and livelihood on the line, somehow can't tell us anything about this alleged assassin, more concrete information, or show the actual transactions, that paper trail. She wants friends to do it, but she doesn't want to do it. Why? She's at Dollywood. No. Once again, common sense. Why would she go out without armed security and take a photo out with some complete stranger? And she went out into the public, which means, the truth being told, we do get recorded everywhere we go. There's cameras everywhere. Cameras are all over Dollywood. Candace, there's cameras all over Dollywood. So if someone really wanted to go on a fact-finding mission to see if she had an entourage of security around her because, assassination plots and Club the Sant and all this other stuff, we will be able to see that in the many, many cameras that are installed out there at Dollywood. Maybe other people saw her and they just took a photo or just recorded. Or perhaps, she photobombed somebody's video. Just so happened to walk past and they were already out live stream or something. And Candace Owens just walks past. And they don't really say anything. They just let it happen. Maybe those videos are uploaded. And then people can truly see if she had armed security around her, surrounding her. She's the one that said that someone is trying to take her life. But she's not making moves or decisions as if she's trying to safeguard herself. So it's stupid to even say something like that. We are not even making moves to show the public that I am truly concerned. And if I go anywhere, I have like 10 dudes with weapons on them that are all, licensed to serve as private security here. Because it would be foolish if she went to Dollywood with 4 small kids and George. Because we can't forget about him. And she didn't have any security with her. That would be foolish. Just as crazy it is for her to take a photo. You can't make this up. Oh, child. Ryan is reading us the word of God. Thank you, Ryan. I'm still going to tell the truth and shame the devil. That's how we do it. She has been really silent since you went from making 20 posts on Twitter every 2 days to posting only 20 things in 9. Exactly. I see the cult members in here. What's going on, Christ follow? Yeah, they up in here, honey. They love the banter. You're talking about something that I haven't even mentioned. But no, she has not showed recent text messages between him and her that are real text messages within the last year. And you're on my channel. You don't come over here and tell somebody else. Like free speech is one-sided. Get out of here. You see? Yeah, the candy asses are here, y'all. Shout out to my moms. Thank you for being hands on deck. Because, if it gets out of hand, yeah, just block it. How's it going, honey? It's going. Y'all have a little twang because the weather is changing. So if I sound a little stuffy, it's because I am. Oh, man, you can't make this stuff up. Told me about your what? Don't disrespect my mods. That's how you get booted out. Don't disrespect my mods. So everybody can tell me the time and date on this post. Give me the date and time stamp. I'm looking through the comments now. No Umar, but I'm here nevertheless. Hey, Umar here. Yeah, you got my mom saying be nice in the chat, people. So if people start being just flat out rude and disrespectful, because here's how free speech works. The same candy asses that walk around here talking about, oh, Candace has free speech. She has the right to say whatever, because bot farms and all. However, I also have the right to not see your dumb comments, because free speech and all. So I have free speech. I get to criticize her. 2, I also have the right to not read your nonsense if you're going to sit and be rude and just completely disgusted. I mean, who said we have to sit here and endure that? We don't. So you'll be blocked or removed. That's it. All right, let's get to it. Yeah, so here's the post. All right, this is gonna be the thumbnail because I really want people to see if you know, perhaps this is not the only person that's caught Candace in a video or photo at Dollywood last week. But Candace too can play this game, girl. This is why you need to stop doxing people. I'm not even advocating for that. We're just trying to confirm whether or not you had armed security around you. Because your candy asses seem to think that somehow you got things under control, but yet when they're faced with, just basic common sense and logical principles and, aspects of armed security, all of a sudden they don't know what to say and do. So they start acting like, bot farms. They copy and paste the same old comment. It's not even thought provoking. But she will never explain it. These are questions Candace will never answer because it's too much like right. Yeah, somebody said absolutely free speech first. I love truth. God is good. Ah, and I'm not gonna sit here and just tell someone STFU. I'm not gonna do that for what? I don't even want Candace to stop talking. I want her to keep talking because it's just more evidence she's giving them a crumbs. It's absolutely epic.